Week 9. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? It's Big Mike back again with another week of the Ragsdale Rumble brought to you by the Herb and Raj podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, with our two competitors. As you can see over here dancing, we'll start off with you, Herb, since you seem like you're doing well. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
It's okay. All right. That's a lot of energy for just okay.
Yeah, really.
What see what happened if you're doing what I think the next answer is going to be. Raj, how are you?
I'm doing fantastically splendid on this beautiful Monday evening. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It seems like we have it's very odd. Like I've got Herb over here dancing saying I'm okay. And then I've got Raj saying I'm fantastically splendid, but it sounds like you're just okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Herb's acting like he just met Kim Kardashian or something. I can't explain it.
I'm more of a Chloe fan, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'll take Courtney. We'll go around the horn.
I'll take the mother. I don't care.
I thought you were gonna take Bruce or
It's actually Caitlin.
Wow.
All right, Mike. I think we should
at least when she decided to transition, she kept with the K names, so she could still be a Kardashian. So I mean, at least she stuck with the theme. So that's always good.
This is
now we're going to go on to our picture this week.
Raj is like, I don't know how I got here. I don't know how this happened in my life.
In our defense, you started.
You did.
Raj.
You said Chloe.
You started it, Raj.
Yeah, but he said Chloe. So that kind of threw it off. I couldn't let it end like that.
And the blame game has begun.
Yeah, anyway.
You guys are acting like you're Aaron Rodgers.
We will jump into this week's pick before we get banned off of YouTube and every other platform. It is week 9. Last week, wrong button. Technical difficulties. This is me. Almost the same thing as last week, just a lot better records. Both brothers did execute successful anti-brother picks again, except this time it wasn't the only win for the entire week. Both guys went 6-2, keeping us at a tie, or not at a tie, at a 1-game lead for Raj. But again, a lot of football left to play, a lot of weeks left to go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games this week to go through. We'll get right into it. First up, we have the Big Mike special. Colorado hosting Cincinnati to get bowl eligible. They are 5-1 after their win last week. Colorado is at home, favored by 4. Herb, just due to the rules, you're up first. Who do you have and why?
I'm going with Colorado. I'm done picking against them. Cincinnati has not looked that great to me this year. The chance to get bowl eligible, I know they're a little banged up and everything, but I think they've got enough for this game. I'm not even sure. I think they can win this game by 2 touchdowns. I just don't think Cincinnati has enough on offense to overcome them. So I'm going Colorado big in this one. Right. I'm always wrong. They'll probably lose by 30, but sorry.
I appreciate that. As somebody who actually wants Colorado to win, the last time both of you guys picked them, they lost. So I guess we'll see. Raj, do you agree? Do you give me a little bit of hope for them this week?
No, I got hope for Colorado. Kind of like Herb said, I've been picking against them so much last year, and I started off doing it a little bit this year, and I'm always wrong. So I'm jumping on the Colorado train. I think their offense is looking more and more polished every week. I'm still not too excited about their defense, but I'm not excited about Cincinnati's defense either. I think this is just a game where Colorado's stars are just going to shine brighter, and Colorado will become bowl eligible after this Saturday. First time since 2020, I believe, that they'll be bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while. Hopefully that happens and we get a little bit more Prime this year. A few more weeks of Coach Prime is always entertaining.
Yep.
So everybody going with Colorado there, including myself. I know I'm not technically picking, but everybody knows that I've been on the Colorado train for a while. Moving on to the next game, you've got number 11 going into Florida across the country to battle UCF. BYU still favored by 1.5. Roger, up first on this one. Who do you have and why?
I feel like UCF, like whenever they face a decent team, they kind of lose. They're like on a 4-game win streak, a 4-game losing streak right now, looking worse and worse every single week. I thought by them getting KJ Jefferson in the offseason, and I say offseason like it's like professional football, but getting him in the transfer portal or whatever. I thought that was going to change things for the offense, and they won their first 3 games, but after that, everything just went south for UCF. BYU still riding their undefeated streak. They're quietly just winning these games. They've had some good competition. SMU, Kansas State, Oklahoma State. They beat Arizona, so they've beaten some decent teams in their conference. I'm gonna go with BYU in this game. I know they're favored by 1.5, but I think they can beat them up a little more than that. So I'm gonna go with BYU.
All right, Herb.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was kind of surprised to see the line where it was, given how BYU's played and the 4-game losing streak with UCF. And you just kind of look at their games. I remember picking them against Colorado, and they got shellacked. And then it's just been like they've never recovered. We're familiar with KJ Jefferson. I don't feel like he's the guy to kind of right the ship here.
Yeah.
And, it's weird that it's this low because I feel like if this was at BYU, they'd be favored by like 10,
Yeah.
And it's only supposed to be like a 3-point swing. So the line does kind of scare me. But no, I'm going BYU all the way in this one.
Yep.
All right. And to be completely honest, that's the whole reason I picked it. It's because the line was so close. For everybody behind the scenes, we had another game here, but the line was like 20-something points, and we already have a few kind of blowout lines, even though they're 2 ranked teams. Yeah. So we went away from that one, went with this one because I saw the line was 1.5, and I didn't know maybe there was something I didn't know about this game, the reason it was so close. Because I was the same as you, Herb. I just, for some reason, I was wondering why it was so close. So we picked it, but everybody's going with BYU, and we will move on. Next up, you've got number 22 SMU traveling over to North Carolina to play Duke. SMU is favored by 11. Rod, you're up first on this one. No, Herb, you're up first on this one. Who you have and why?
I'm going to SMU big. I've been impressed by the way they play. I know Duke had to squeak one out last week, but I think SMU has been – the offense is just unstoppable right now. Yeah. I like the way they're playing. I think they've got a great shot. That's something I missed looking up was who they still have left to play. I think they've got a great shot at the ACC. I love them in this game. I'm taking SMU big.
All right, Raj.
Agreed. I got to go with SMU. I think they're going to dominate this game with the run game. They still have a fantastic offense, but and Duke just didn't really look that great against Florida State. I mean, they played Florida State, got some turnovers. That really, really helped them win the game. But let's be honest, it's Florida State. Anybody could beat Florida State nowadays. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with SMU, and I think SMU covers.
Yeah.
All right. Like how you're both riding with the Mustangs of SMU. Moving on to the next. Notre Dame, number 12, travels into a rare ranked service academy. I think we've got 2 of those this year. Playing number 24 Navy, and this is a larger line, even though it's 2 ranked teams. You will notice a theme coming up in the next couple of games that's going to be, kind of ongoing. Notre Dame is favored by 13.5. Raj, who do you have and why?
I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I feel like their defense has gotten better ever since their loss to Northern Illinois, which is something I brought up last week, I think, when we did the Ragsdale Rumble. I feel like the defense has got better. Offense is still not exciting, not fun to watch, but it does just enough to get the job done. On the other hand, I don't feel like Navy's really been tested this year. I think the best team they played, maybe Memphis. You could argue it was somebody else, and Memphis put up like 44 points against them. Still going to be – should be a decent game for the first half, but I think Notre Dame pulls away in the second half. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
All right, Herb?
Raj makes some good points
obviously
about this being their best competition and stuff. But –
oh, my gosh. You've got to be kidding me.
The noises are what makes it a good pick. I am going the opposite. Navy will never have a game this high. I'm probably until the next game they play. But this is an opportunity for them. They're ranked. They got a chance to take down Notre Dame. Notre Dame seems to slip up in games like this. I would definitely take Navy to stay within the number. But I feel like that defense and that little tricky offense that they got, I think that they can overcome this one. I'm taking Navy for the win because I'm also patriotic and Raj hates America. That's why he's going to Notre Dame.
What?
All right.
Mike, don't write that down. Where did that come from?
I had to write down that it was an anti-Raj pick.
I like that. Mike, don't write that down.
I only said that in a joking manner because when you said it, he was writing, but he wasn't writing that, so I just said it in a joking manner.
I know it was a great joke. I loved it. It was funny.
That was so weird.
I mean, with election season, I feel like there should have been a disclaimer. This ad was approved by her for president.
I know.
I'm her Ragsdale, and I approve this message.
Oh my god, that was a bit much.
Vote for her because Raj hates America.
Oh.
Which, let's be honest, in this election season seems pretty accurate for both sides. But
Yeah.
either way, we do have the first anti-brother pick and the first disagree of the week. Herb going with Navy because he.
Are you okay over there, Raj?
Yeah, I am now. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Raj going with Notre Dame because I guess he loves Ireland.
See,
I love America.
So. And moving on to the next, number 20 Illinois coming off of a big win, going up against number 1 Oregon. Again, one of these ranked games with a very large line. Oregon at home, favored by 21.5. And Herb, you're up first.
Oregon big. Love whoever this is. If this is Illinois or Indiana, I'm not really sure. It's a big I. Oregon coming off that big. I think it's good that they've had the bye week in between, so they've got a chance to like come down from that high. I think they take care of business here. I like Oregon big.
All right, Raj.
Yeah, every week I have 1 or 2 games where I don't put any notes down. I just picked Oregon in this game. They coming off the huge win off Ohio State 2 weeks ago. They look like one of the better teams in the country. Dylan Gabriel really showed me a lot in that game. The few little spots I was able to watch, he showed me a lot. Defense looked good. Oregon looks really, really solid this year. I think they cover this game.
All right, everybody going with the Ducks. Moving on to the next game, number 5 Texas coming off of a big loss against number 25 Vandy in Nashville. Vandy's ranked for the first time in a long time. I was going to look it up, but I don't have that kind of stat machine. It's been a long time, but they are still an 18.5-point dog at home against Texas. Rod, you're up first. Who do you got?
I would love for Vandy to win this game. I would love for Texas to feel how we felt after we lost to them. I would love for Vandy to get another solid win, top 25 win, to help our loss look a little better. I just don't think it's going to happen this Saturday. Texas is coming off the tough defeat to Georgia where they just got mollywopped. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be eager, and they're going to take out some of their frustration on Vanderbilt. And I just don't see Texas suffering the same way we did and making the same mistakes we did on defense to this team. So I got Texas winning this game.
All right, sir.
I mean, Texas coming off of that loss like that, they won't overlook Vandy like other teams have. I can't remember any of those teams that have ever played Vandy in the entire year, but I'm sure they have done some great things to get to rank number 25. Coming off that loss, definitely licking their heels. But
oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me.
You can mark this down as number 2 if you want. Because I also like smart people, and that's why Raj doesn't wear glasses like I do. I'm taking Vandy in this game.
What? Who made your cue cards for tonight?
Wow.
People. Raj is picking Texas because he hates people with glasses. Write that down. I'm Herb Ragsdale. Does he approve this message?
So quick question. 2 questions, actually. One is an actual football question, which I'll get to second because it's less important at this point. Does he hate Americans with glasses even more, or like does it add on, or is it just
crazy? And when he's cussing out Americans with glasses, he speaks in an Irish accent. It's crazy.
Oh wow, that's even better. The legend of Raj's hate just keeps growing and growing. But that is officially a second anti-Raj pick. I don't know if I can endorse that anymore. I mean, because I am American, so technically you hate me. So I don't. We'll have to talk about that off air.
Would you like to go to the pub and get a beer? Like, wait, no, that's the wrong accent. Never mind.
It's official. Raj hates Americans and Irish people.
Yes, this is pretty much our best pick segment ever.
And Raj's worst. Or at least his least favorite.
That was horrible.
We went straight past the shock of her picking Vandy, and then we'll get back to the football question that I have real quick answer. I have seen some Texas fans and some Texas podcasts. Is there a controversy at quarterback in Texas? Raj, we'll start with you just so you can make up for that last.
I don't think so. I really don't think there's a controversy there. I think they took Quinn out for a short period of time I don't know if he was roughed up. I honestly don't know why they pulled him, to be honest with you. But we saw a little something from Arch. The difference is that Arch is a little more mobile than Quinn. I would like to see Arch pass more as far as, comparing them as far as accuracy and things like the passing efficiency and things like that. But I think Quinn is still the starting quarterback. He's going to be the starting quarterback going forward until end of the season. I also saw something today where I think it was like a joking. I don't know who put the post up, but they're like, Quinn Ewers is going to sit out the rest of the season and prep for the draft. I don't think that's true. I didn't believe any of that. They removed that post. No, but to answer your question, Quinn Ewers is their starting quarterback. I don't think there's any controversy. I'm not buying into that.
Okay, Herb?
Anti-Raj pick. I think there absolutely is a controversy. Whenever the starter and the backup comes in and he gets a standing ovation, that's always got to go to your head a little bit. They do stick with Ewers, but even Kirby Smart admitted that Manning's a little bit more mobile. Ewers always seems to get banged up, so I'm not surprised that we would see Manning one more time. And we all know it. I mean, here in Alabama, it's the same way, right? Everyone always loves the backup. So not surprised at that at all. There's definitely a controversy there. I'm writing it down. Anti-Raj pick.
It is an unofficial it is an unofficial third anti-Raj pick for no points, just pride. I guess if we'll circle back to it since you're writing it down, if Arch Manning comes back in the game and takes over. But to the big game of the week, or at least the only ranked matchup that's not a double-digit favorite, number 8 goes into number 14, Texas A&M. Texas A&M is favored by 3. I'm guessing just because they're at home. And then, see, Herb, you're up first on this one. Who do you got?
I'm taking Texas A&M at home. I'm not reading over into the line. LSU has been playing well. Don't get me wrong. I'm still scared to go to Death Valley later. But Texas A&M is kind of like we saw that first game of the year, and then we've just forgotten all about them. They're still playing good defense. They're getting just enough offense to win. They got picked against them a couple of times. They've come out on top. I think they ride that home crowd. A sneaky pick for your SEC championship game is A&M, especially getting to end the year with Texas. I think they take advantage of this opportunity. I'm taking them at home.
All right, Raj.
Anti-Herb pick.
Yeah, because Herb's not smelly.
No, you stink. I'm going to go with LSU simply because Herb picked A&M. Herb actually did make some decent points. Their A&M playing in College Station is going to be a tough environment for LSU. But LSU looked pretty good the past 2 weeks, especially it looks like they're getting a little better offensively as well. So I'm going to go with LSU in this game. Going to be a very, very close game. It's definitely going to be the game of the day.
All right, and breaking news, that is the third disagreement of the week, which means we should get movement in the overall score next week. It's either going to go, very wrong or very right for somebody, but we should at least see a little bit of a change in the overall score, depending on how it goes. But we can't get out of here without talking about the final game, which obviously we don't pick, but is always near and dear to our hearts. It is Alabama against Missouri, homecoming for Alabama. From what I understand, and coming off of a big loss, Missouri coming off of a win against Auburn. Raj, I'll let you go first on this one. What are your thoughts?
Missouri's coming off a loss. I mean, the win against Auburn. Obviously Brady Cook got injured and got roughed up a little bit. Went out for a little bit, came back, led the team to victory. I'm hoping that this is a game where we take out a lot of our anger and frustration out on Missouri. Obviously, it's going to be a home game. It's good for us. You mentioned it's going to be homecoming. I'm picking Alabama to win. I just don't know how much of a win we're going to get, how big that win's going to get. But it's just, for me personally, I'm just hoping that I see something out of this team that we haven't seen in the past few weeks. And that's just a little more intensity, especially, we saw some intensity on the defense. I'll give them that this past weekend against Tennessee. But just a little more oomph, a little more energy, a little more. We want it more, especially offensively. I need to see some, not necessarily different plays, but just moving the ball around a little more. Love to see Kendrick Law get some more touches. I almost forgot Caleb Odom. I'm not going to lie. I almost forgot Caleb Odom was on our team because I haven't really heard much from him or seen him get any touches as of recent. I could be wrong. I don't have all the numbers in front of me. Guys like that.
I remember seeing one catch this past week.
Okay.
And that was when somebody else went out. Somebody was banged up for a second, and it may have been one of the times Williams was out.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing it because I was thinking the same thing, and I was like, "Oh, hey, there he is. He got a
yeah." I mean, a guy with that frame, 6'5", 225, 230, whatever the case may be, you need to give that guy the ball. He can make the catches that Ryan Williams may not be able to make. One being example, the pick that Milroe threw in the end zone, the 2nd and 4, when he threw that pick in the corner. That's the pass you make. You float it up to Caleb Odom. I didn't understand that play call. We could have ran the ball 2 or 3 more times and even ran it on 4th down. And even if we don't get the touchdown or score, they're going to be on their 1 yard line anyway. I'm going on a rant here. I'm sorry about that. To answer your question, I'm going to go with Alabama. I just don't know how big of a win we get.
So we'll make it easy. The line is 13.5. Do they cover? Yes or no?
I'm going to say yeah. I'm erring on the side of optimism, so I'm going to say yeah, we cover.
Okay. Herb, do you think they cover the 13.5?
No. I just have like zero faith in them right now. I think the defense will come to play. Missouri's offense doesn't scare me, but what does that mean anymore? This game has until something gets right on offense, this game has 2017 written all over it. I hate to say that, but that just kind of feels like where we're at right now.
Yep.
Offense is not playing with any kind of consistency. We're looking down the same receiver every single time. Milroe looks banged up. There's no explosion on his runs. He refuses to use his running backs. It's just a litany of bad things going on. So, yeah, I think we'll win, but do I have any faith in it? Yeah, and I'll be at a family function. So we're now at the point where if they say, hey, we're going to go do something, you can't watch it on TV, you have to watch it on your phone, I might accept that. Versus my stand in front of the TV jumping up and down stuff.
Yeah, and then Herb made a good point as far as Milroe too, and we'll discuss this further probably tomorrow or whatever. But he does look banged up. I think he got banged up during that South Carolina game. When you watch him this past weekend, to Herb's point, his explosive running, he's hesitant when he runs. He's waiting on his blockers, which there's nothing wrong with waiting on your blockers, but he used to just break out and run top speed, get you the 10 to 15 or 20 yards that you need, and now it just looks like he's running at mid speed. I think maybe one of his ankles or something is hurting him. The accuracy on his pass was off. He was throwing a lot of passes behind receivers this past game, overthrowing them where they were just way off. So I think he's a little banged up there. Maybe a little more than we know, but hopefully he can rest up, get healthy this week, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, there you have it. A full Saturday slate of games where most of us will be in front of the TV. Herb will be in front of his phone at a function. So hopefully that goes well and you're able to enjoy some football. Everybody else, enjoy Saturday in front of the TV, watching some games. And as always, roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.